Good morning, Vietnam. Here we are. We're live on YouTube, and you're still not live on our other channels, so just bear with me as I get those things moving along. But this morning, we're going to cover some news, some views, and then we're going to give you some updates on our TV schedule. So that's what's going to be happening. Let me just get into our other scheduling and distribution module. Seems very special, doesn't it? Has that feeling to it. The morning show. Okay. The morning show. Update to our daily schedule. Oh my. Okay. It's the morning show with Gilbert. With Gilbert. Everybody wants to be with Gilbert, don't you? Gilbert. It's not Dilbert, but Gilbert. That is my name. Okay. Some news with a view. Okay. And I'm going to update all of that, and we will begin. Start streaming, restream, and get that morning news going on over there. Okay. Oh, okay, so that's the network line. We're gonna have to make this. I'm gonna switch you guys up here just because I. Okay, sorry about that. I started that one up first, and it was the wrong one. That one is right here on the top. How you doing, guys? And welcome to our morning show. The morning show. Good morning, all the world. Facebook, daily, whatever you call yourselves out there. The daily this and the daily that. We're here in the morning show today. We're going to do some news, some overview and reviews, and then we're going to go into our updates of our broadcast schedule for our network. Building up our network as we go along. And this is what we're doing. Okay. And we're going to share this thing out. I advise you guys to do the same for good health and to prevent any viral infections. I get you guys to do something. Oh my goodness. Okay, obviously we're starting off schedule this morning. We're just getting this thing together. We're making well, let me just go into the news this morning. Just a simple overview of things going on. So let's do that. And we got the coronavirus vaccine and vaccines, I should say, that are spreading out, being distributed at first strategically, and a lot of people are not wanting to take this vaccine. You know, the one true thing about this whole matter is that it is not long-term tested. You know, and should we all be afraid of that? You know, yeah. But you know, you're already infected. All of you all are exposed already to things that have happened in the past. You know, what they're not telling you is that, you know, remember that Japanese nuclear plant that blew out? Like, you remember that, you know? It's been a while, right? But you have to understand that, all of these things, the Japanese, the Chernobyl, remember Chernobyl, right? Chernobyl, the other nuclear plant, and other things that have gone on. People today, we're sick and we're suffering from the things that happened in the past, where, something blew up, something burned up. We keep walking, we keep living, we figure it's over there, it's not going to affect us. It's going to affect us. And, people are dying every day from stuff that happened years ago, and they got impacted, infected, contaminated along the way since whatever happened. Okay? That's basically what our life is right now. So add another one to the mix, and that is, this COVID and vaccine. So it's either you die from the COVID, or you eventually die from the side effects or impact, long-term impact from the vaccines, if there are any. We don't know if there are, but if there are, it'll be longer term. So you either die soon, now, or later. Remember that candy? Now or later. So it's an issue of candy. That's basically how it falls down to. Do you want to die now, or you want to die later? But the bottom line is that we all gonna die. We're all going to die, ladies and gentlemen, sooner or later. There's no candy called sooner or later, but there's now and later, right? So at least you have one candy that has half of it right. Okay? It was close, now or later, sooner or later. So basically, it's that, you're going to not get inoculated, so you can stay alive, and you'll get contaminated or exposed to something else later, where the vaccine is working against you than helping you as it is now. So now it can help you. That's basically what's being had, is that now this vaccine can help you. Now later, maybe it'll screw you. Right? So, but if you don't take it now, you'll be screwed anyway. See that? So you have to choose when you want to get screwed. At least you chose, right? You have the power of choice, which it's a powerful argument. So that's basically it. So again, ladies and gentlemen, these vaccines are going out simply, and it affords you more time to live. Then you can do that. I'm sure some of you guys are going to take like your chances. I'm going to take my chances, and since you always win at lotto, so that makes sense. Take my chances, because you're a winner that way, right? So again, that's up to you. But it's a great compliment in any case. In any case, it's a great compliment it's an accomplishment of some medical science research. This is also, private company research, Pfizer and Moderna, and what's the other one, whatever other companies are out there that are developing treatments for and preventive treatments for this COVID-19 issue. And more power to them, and basically it's up to us to do what we can to safeguard one another. It's a community thing. So again, take the vaccine. The worst that can happen is that you drop dead. It's the worst thing. Life goes on without you. But that's the worst thing. I mean, people just, you could get run over by a car. You can be involved You can get exploded, some terrorist attack. I mean, other things can happen to eliminate your life. I don't think, I think it's unreasoned for people to be so panicky. You guys so panicky over life. Get your affairs in order, and you know what? Be ready. And you just live in a state of readiness and reality. Each day is not guaranteed to us. You're not guaranteed if you're going to live to 85 and 90 and 100. That's not a guarantee to anyone. I lost a friend when they were 15. Okay, 15 years old, done. I know other kids, other people who lost young friends as well. So every day is a gift, so like again, some people act like they're gonna live forever and ever. No, you're not. I woke up this morning. It's a gift. It's a gift. That's it. So basically, and you're still under the impact that's going to kill you of something that happened before, out of our control. Chernobyl, the Japanese nuclear plant that blew, had its meltdown, whatever, and released all those chemicals and whatnot in the air. And what other things that have gone on and contaminated our environment. These things are killing us. They're impacting many people in different ways. And that's the stuff of medical work today, right? The health and hospitals, corporations, and agencies are dedicated to helping humans with their issues, regardless of where they originated from. I'm pretty sure that a lot of these cancers out there and a lot of these issues a lot of people are facing are a result, a side effect of previous contamination from all these whatever experiments the government had and accidentally released into the atmosphere. Who knows what China is doing? Personally, I think that China is the cause of a lot of this. It's just that we don't know about it. We know about the stuff we know about now, COVID-19, but how about all the other stuff they didn't say anything about? But people, like every day, people die of this cancer, this thing, that thing over there. How did they get sick? We don't know. I remember one time I had viral meningitis, and I asked the doctor, where did I get it? And the doctor, they said, well, it could have happened any place. We just don't know. You were at the wrong place at the wrong time. So it's just like that. And I think at that time he said something about, sometimes the meningitis is often found, I think so, I think my memory, if it serves me still well, if that hasn't been contaminated by anything from China, is that, garbage trucks, that the garbage trucks, I know people who work in garbage trucks, so I don't know. But anyway, doctor said you could have been behind, in a car behind a garbage truck, and it just so happened that one of those, viruses or bacteria, whatever, blew out in the wind and went into your lungs in the car. It's just chance. See? So again, by chance, and a lot of things are released in the atmosphere, whatever medical labs or military biological labs, whatever have you, get released into the air, and then what is it? You come walking along and bang, and that happened 10 years ago, that happened 20 years ago, you don't even know, and it's just a walking time bomb. So a lot of us are just walking dead, just simply, and you just don't know it yet. Okay, so stuff. I think a lot of people panic too much. There's things. Dying from a COVID-19 that you can't breathe. It's a horrific death. Also, I knew someone that died from not COVID-19, but from a pulmonary type of disease, and that was horrific. They were horrified. It was like the worst type of death because you can't breathe. You know, you're practically drowning. You know, lying in bed. So basically, that's really bad. All right. So again, the vaccines are going out there. People are taking it. The vice president took it this morning. You know, and yeah, he would take the chance, right? Because he's the one that has to accept the ballots from the electoral college for Biden, right? give me that thing. Let me have that vaccine. I'll try it out. All right. So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, just do the right thing and take it easy, as we say in the business. What business is that? I have no idea. Okay, so let me just get the chat room, because actually I'm not even connected to the chat rooms here yet. Alrighty, now chat is enabled, so y'all can troll and chat, make comments, make jokes. I'm open to everything today. This morning during the morning show with Gilbert Rosado, your host. Okay, how about that second stimulus check, guys? What are you gonna do with your second stimulus check? Spend it, right? You know, it's amazing. You had one check, now another check is coming. And and none of you are doing the right thing with it, which is becoming wealthy. Do you know that you're giving another chance to be wealthy? And what are you going to do? Buy a costume or something? It's just ridiculous. Even someone's thinking like that, oh, if it can come before Christmas, I can buy Christmas gifts. You know, again, it's like wasting money for no good reason. Take a break from Christmas one year and take that money and make your family wealthy. They'll have the biggest and best Christmases for the rest of their lives. Why don't you give them that for Christmas? Smart decision, smart investment. Take the money and get into like one of our programs. Yeah, that's right, because I don't know anyone else who does what I do. But with $25 a week, you can start your way to six-figure income, return of investment in real estate, and it's safe. You're not losing your money, period. It's safe in a trust. Okay? You can't get safer than that. And what are you guys doing? You're going to spend it on toys that break. These little kids, they break their toys. Waste of money. Waste of money. And they're going to need that money later in their future. You're wasting, burning it. You might as well, take that money and put it into something that's going to work for them. Six-figure income. How many toys can you buy your kids when you're making six figures a year? Tell me. I just want to know. Six figures, you can spend over $100,000 just at the minimum. That's the six-figure minimum. $100,000. So let's go with it. $100,000 every year for Christmas for your kids. Tell me. And that's what you can do with your next stimulus check. You could have did it with the previous one. But now with the new one, you can do it. Another chance, like to prove that you aren't the real idiot. Because we've been spending 4 years saying that Trump was the idiot. Now he sent you money. The idiot sent you money. What did you do with it? Are you now into six-figure income? You did it? Yeah. You already got one strike against you for being the idiot. Now you're going to get another stimulus check. What are you going to do now? Because if you don't put it into at least the trust investment that I'm talking about, then you're all the idiot. You are the village idiot. You've been accusing Trump of being an idiot. The idiot is you. Wake up and smell the coffee. Oh, because I want to buy gifts for my kids. And next year? And the year after that? Same trouble again? With a six-figure income, you can buy gifts for your kids. I think so. I think you could afford $100,000 every year. You can afford some gifts for your kids. Do you think so? It's just some people are just amazing. And it's not just some, it's most. Most of you are simply amazing. You are amazing creatures. All right. And we know that President-elect Joe Biden is getting ready to move into the White House, to the chagrin of many and to the joy of others. So let's go. I heard somebody complaining that the unemployment rate is increasing. I thought when Joe Biden got the Electoral College, everybody would be happy. But even and the person that is acting this way or posting about this, they also talked about how great China is, and how great decisions that China makes. So my opinion is, tell Joe Biden to ask China. After all, he seems to get money from China. So why don't they ask their old friend and pal, Xing, whatever his name is, to help out? Okay, because you guys voted for Biden, then let Biden figure this one out. Unemployment going on the rise. Who knows what's going to happen with the COVID? Trump did his great job and brought out some vaccine way before the Obama administration was able to get the vaccine for swine flu back in the day. I know you guys don't even recall that, but yes, they did a miserable job, more miserable than Trump did. How is that? Trump had more deaths than the swine flu because the swine flu didn't kill 1 out of every 3 people. Okay? It was like 1 out of every 145 or something like that. It was a baby flu, baby killer. And that's number one. And then number two, with all the liberal border policies that the Democrats enjoy and love, we had more infections than Trump ever had. You had, like 200 million. I did the video. Look for it. I gave you the numbers and all that. Their infection rate was greater, far greater than Trump's. Okay, more people got infected with the swine flu. So if they had the COVID to take care of, you would have had far greater infections, plus 1 out of every 3 would have died. That means, my goodness, so many deaths. You are not even knowing how many, because you don't do the math. Do the math, and you will see how many deaths Biden would have if he had to deal with the COVID. I'm going to tell you, you got 4 years. 4 years is a long time for China to come up with something else. And maybe more deadlier, as the way it looks like right now. So maybe he'll have a chance, and you guys will have a chance to vindicate your vote. Good luck. Okay. How about this Russian hack now that we have going on? A Russian hack into our computers, into our secret things. The nation's private parts have been exposed. What do we feel about that? This is a total dismay. But it seems to me that it's all this distraction that people are having. You see, it's like now you guys are seeing, like when the impeachment went on, right? The impeachment process, what was going on in China? No one knew about it because everyone was distracted. What was going on? COVID-19 was going on in China. No one knew about it. China did its thing secretly while the nation was busy with its impeachment against President Trump. And then you want to throw that on him, right? So that you guys were making him busy, keeping him busy preoccupied. What's going to happen? Now we got this election, so-called election. And then what? Now what is the issue? So you have now, while we're all busy fighting and each other and having problems and issues with our voting machines, what a great time. Great time. Let's get in there. Not that they started now, but all through this great focus on the elections and campaigning, it's a perfect time to do things to subvert the government. Perfect. The Russians know what to do, ladies and gentlemen. Our enemies know how to play us, U.S., play us. That's what they've been doing for some time. The Chinese, the Russians, the North Koreans, Iranians, they've been playing the U.S. And you guys have been played, and who has trained us to be played? The political party. That political parties have trained the U.S. citizen to be played. And right now you're seeing the fruit. They're getting the fruit of it. Because right now the whole country's being played. Brother against brother, north against south, east against west. Okay? So this is what's going on now. You guys are getting played. The country is getting its secrets exposed. And you guys think that Trump is the enemy. People are thinking that Trump is the problem. No, ladies and gentlemen. No, the problem is you. The problem is that you have lost focus on reality. You have to keep your eyes focused on your things. This country has its things compromised. That is what you've allowed to happen. The deep state, the swamp, the left, the Antifas, the BLMs, the ABCs and NBCs and what have you, all of the three letters of all FBI, CIA, everybody. And under your noses, we have been taken advantage of. That's all that Trump has caused here. Trump was an easy mark. An American citizen to get into the White House, and you guys tramped on him and bashed him and put all your energies and all your resources into trying to tear him down. Couldn't. Tried. Now with this election debacle, okay, are you happy now? Are you happy? Hope so, because all the while, your country has been compromised. That's what has happened. And now we have to look forward to President Biden. If all else fails for the Trump side, Biden is what you have, the hope of the U.S. right now. Our hopes are on Biden. Okay? But at least he won against George. That is what you hang in your hat on. Alrighty. So Biden reveals his deep disappointment in Lindsey Graham. Really? He's disappointed. And at least I saw Biden defend his son. Good show. Biden defends his son, which is something I called for, that he should, as a father, not be afraid to stand by his son. After all, we all know it's not a secret what his son went through, and the drug issue he had or has, we don't know. But the thing is like any good father would try to help his son get on his 2 feet and be a man, his own man, and that's basically what Biden said. So hey, at least somebody's listening to my advice. Not that he heard me, but that's what I had advised, that he should stand by his son and again, not that anyone needs to believe that he didn't know what he was doing, that he doesn't know about the monies that he would make. He has to know about it. He's not going to turn a blind eye, especially since he was into drugs. So now he has millions of dollars. The question should be raised by a proud father, right? I mean, hey, is that money legit? Where are you getting that money from? He has to ask, right? So we all have to know that Biden knew that he got the money from China, from Ukraine, wherever it is. So Biden knows that, okay? So let's not pretend that he doesn't know that. He has to know that because he wants to make sure it's not from drug money or something like that. He might not do that and ruin my career, right? Come on. So we have sense. So, I mean, if he has to lie about that, it's unfortunate. But, what's really unfortunate is the people who believe it. Okay, it looks like Google has a dark theme right in time for all the lawsuits they're going to get. They're involved in right now, antitrust or whatever, between them and Facebook, and also my iNodal has been attacked. I've been facing hack attacks, DOS attacks from I don't know who. But it's really interesting because iNodal is another search engine. It's really a research engine. Google has nothing to worry about with iNodal except that they don't have it themselves. It's a great name. And iNodal.com is a research engine. But for the last 3 months or so, we've been getting a DDoS attacks. I've had to shut it down because I just don't have the time to be at this time. I didn't have the time to be fortifying that site and making my regular anti-hacking strategies, which I do have. It's just simply that I needed time to sit there and to actually do this. It has to be done live. So but that's okay because it doesn't. I know it hasn't gone away. It's just in pause. But it's interesting the timing of a lot of these things. I mean, who would be attacking a search engine or research engine unless somebody just wants to just take over the marketplace? I'm not making any accusations here. I'm just saying that the timing. It's the timing. I mean, why would anyone attack a small research engine? Why? What's the point? What's the fascination about that? It's just interesting. So I've always thought, I have a feeling, when I usually get the feelings, they're usually right on the money, that the attack was from somebody with an interest. Somebody with an interest more than just being a pest. It's somebody that had an agenda. And so I have my candidates of who those people would be, those entities. And of course, well, I'm just saying the timing is very peculiar with what's going on with Google and Facebook and whatnot. Okay, so that being said, let's go on to another item. Let's see. Bitcoin is getting really high there. I have people inquiring about Bitcoin at this time. What's there to inquire? If Bitcoin, let's just say that Bitcoin already hit the 20, it went up to 22, it probably hit 23 or higher. What can we expect? Okay, you got $20. $20. You have not yet gotten into Bitcoin. Okay. How much time do you think it'll take Bitcoin to get to $100,000? Just think. It's 20 now. Look how long it's taken. Let's take a look. I like to show. I like to show the thinking. So let's get into. Let's show the thinking here. Do I have? Let's see. I'm using a separate We have the display catcher here. Okay, good. So I'm going to do a display and hopefully it'll show up. Okay. Okay, so let's look at this now. We see that at CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin is doing a 22,400 now $519. Oh, I'm sorry, it went down a bit. Well, now it went up to 511 and with 48 cents, and it's going up and down like that. But in the 22,000s, as you can see, so you can clearly see that. Now, let me look here. We got the year all. Let's go to the all. Let me just reload this. Okay. Now, when you needed to get into Bitcoin, you have to understand that when you needed to get into Bitcoin, let me make another adjustment here. Just want to see. Okay. When you needed to get into Bitcoin was in 2013. That's when you needed to get into Bitcoin. Okay. Not now. 2013 here, July. At July, let's go here. Let's see. The price here was like 143 back then. You did time, right? It was. Let's see if we can go back. So right there, it's like $100, 122, and it was cheaper before, if you got in early, but it was like $100 for a whole coin, for a whole Bitcoin. Okay, that's when you needed to get in. Okay, now, even if you had gotten here, 5,000, 3,000 was good low amount, and that was as early as last year. Okay, the beginning of last year dipped down to 3,400. Right there was the perfect time, to get in. Okay. Now it's up to 20K. Okay, right up here. Now, it's taken 7 years for it to go up like 100 times, right? 100 times. It's taken 7 years. So let me look at it now. Let's take it up now over here. When it hit 1,000, it was at 1,000 for this time here. When was this? 5 years. I'm sorry, 4 years. It took 4 years for it to hit $1,000. 4 years to go 10 times. From that year for it to hit its original 19, almost 20,000. Okay, it took a year from that for it to go up 20 times. So it went up a factor of 20 times before coming back down to about 3, right? So we see that it did have the capacity to go up 20 times. Okay. Its longer capacities to go up 10 times, but through 7 years. In 1 year, it did 20 times up, right? Increased 20 times. And in 1 year's time span as well, we see that it went down and up about 5,000. So it can do 5,000 twice in a year. Okay, so now we're talking about 100,000, but we're also talking about 5 times where it's at right now. If you're going by the 2020, we're looking at an increase from 7 to 10, which is basically like two and a half times that it has gone up, 2.5 times. Reasonably, you're looking at a reasonable 5 times increase from the 7,000, which is the 8,000, which it seemed to be hitting here, in these areas here. You're looking at a 5-time increase, which is easily $50,000. That it is possible, that it is really possible for Bitcoin to do within the following 12 months. Okay, that's realistic. So it is realistic for Bitcoin to go to $50,000 within the next year, the next 12 months. It's very realistic. Not that it will. It could go dead, for another 10 years. Another 4 years, 10 years, like ridiculous, right? Yeah, another 4 years before it starts going up again. It can happen. It's in the realm of possibility. That's the spectrum. Or it can go quickly up 20 times. It can do that. We're already 2.5 times. You still like 18 times more that it can go up. It's possible. That's a within the spectrum of possibility, which would place it in the 6-figure area, beyond 100,000, 200,000. It can go up to 400,000. It is possible. That is the high range of the spectrum right now. Within the next few months, it's possible. It's not impossible. It has grown that much in terms of time multiplication from where it was to where it ended up in the high within a year's time. So it has already shown that it can do that. Now, will it? Is it probable? That's another story altogether. And we know he's not going to stay there. Whatever happens, it's not going to stay there. And if you can get your money out, you get that big payday out before it goes down, because that's what makes it go down, is everybody cashing out, trying to cash out, and it starts hitting down and lower because people are not, So that's what happens. But again, that's the dream. That's the dream people have. So, but realistically, going by the realistic trend, you have what realistically we can say is we can look at and maybe hope at best for $50,000 Bitcoin within the next few months. And that a few months for me is 12 up through 12 months. So that's the year. The 2021 could happen if things are good. And so, but how much more to get to 100,000? You got to figure things out here. 100,000 represents from at least 10 times more of an increase from the 17. Going by the 4, you would expect it. It was a 10-time increase. So you're looking at, quite some time, before it can go up to 100,000. It would have to stay at 50 and really balance out at 50 for some time. Before it becomes conceivable, at least 3 years. If you look at the the chart again, see where Bitcoin starts going up, it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago is when you start noticing the movement with Bitcoin. Starting in July 17, around there, just before they starts popping up, it started getting some action here again. And so you're looking at 17 to 20 is 3 years of high volatility movement. Okay. So you can figure that now, between now and the next 3 years, just going general terms. There's no signs here. You would just making just general observation. This is just observation. And the next 3 years, you could see, we can conceivably see 50,000. We can see that in 2021, conceivably. But definitely within the next 3 years, I would feel good about the next 3 years. Bitcoin should hit 50, and 100,000 starts becoming more and more realistic between the next 3 years and the next 7 years. It becomes very realistic. Okay. So let's look at that. Let's take that for what it's worth. So right now, if you buy Bitcoin right now is 20,000. Let's just put it there just to give it a rounded figure. 20,000. And you're going to wait 3 to 6 to 9 years for it to hit 100,000. You figure you make 5 times the amount that you're buying now. You understand that? So if you have $20, what that means basically, if you have $20, you're going to wait for 3 years for it to become what? $50. That's what you're doing. Or you're going to wait 3 to 6 to 7 years or more for the $20 to become $100. This is basically what it is to invest in Bitcoin right now. And even if you're looking at the $1 million mark, which in our $20 to $100 example would be your $20 becoming $1,000. Okay, so you put in 20, and then you make $1,000 from that 20,000, right? Each 20 that you invested. Again, is that really big for you to wait so many years? See, when you can, and I've showed you how to do it, when you can take the $25 and in 12 months make 6-figure income, and that's every year, 6 figures, 6 figures, 6 figure. And in the time it takes you to get your $1,000 from your $20 Bitcoin investment, you would have been a multi-millionaire by that time already. Okay? Before you make $1,000 from Bitcoin. So again, I ask you, does it make any sense? If you it makes only sense if you got into Bitcoin already. And the guys who are in Bitcoin already, they are going to tell you to put your money in. Now's the time. Put your money. Because they are building themselves up with your money. It's just simple as that. They want more of your money, because the more money comes in, the more Bitcoin becomes more of a reasonable investment for big billionaires to come in and do Bitcoin and then start really. And so all of these guys who are on YouTube and whatever social media that are promoting Bitcoin, it's because they got in at the $100 mark. They got in with the $100. Of course, they're making money. They're going to be rich. They are. They got in when nobody believed in Bitcoin. And that's great for them. Beautiful. But the question that I'm dealing with here with you today is, does it make any sense for you now You didn't get into Bitcoin for you to get into Bitcoin. And it's just, it only makes sense to you if there's no better way to take the 20 and turn it into $1,000. And fortunately for you and unfortunately for them, there are ways for you to take the $20 instead of putting it in Bitcoin, and you can make from that $20 six-figure income in 12 months. You can't do that with Bitcoin. You won't be able to. They can't do it. So why are you going to wait for multiple years for Bitcoin to reach a level where your $20 can make $1,000 when you can take your $20 and make hundred thousands of dollars in 12 months time, and again in another 12 months, and again in another 12, and again in another 12 months time? Why are you going to wait? You get me? Waiting on Bitcoin. You got all these people buying Bitcoin, and then they sit and wait when they can take their money and become millionaires fast right now. This is the lunacy that's going on with all this Bitcoin. I say, if you got into Bitcoin early, beautiful. That was smart. It is great. And the only thing about the altcoins is that the altcoins are cheap enough or more affordable for the rest of you fools out there who didn't get into Bitcoin to get in. That now, you have Ethereum at 100 and change. No, Ethereum's at 600. But let's see what other coins you can get into. And these coins may never do anything. You have to understand, that's the problem. Bitcoin is doing something, okay? And by all accounts, it will continue to do something, okay? It will continue on its merry way. But if you're looking just at crypto as an opportunity for you to have some investment, return of investment in crypto, then you have to look at these cryptos that are more affordable. Right now, according to CoinMarket, I adjusted the price order of it so you can get the cheapest ones. Now, this doesn't mean that any of these coins are worth it. I'm not saying that. That's not my point. My point is, in terms of investing or putting money into something where you're going to get the advantage of what Bitcoin is doing, you have to be very lucky. It's going to be luck, because it's not analysis. It's going to be luck that you pick another coin, cryptocurrency that will follow Bitcoin's lead. Okay, that's important for you to understand that will follow Bitcoin's lead. Now, obviously, people will say, and it's very true, well, why don't you just go to the second coin, which is Ethereum, it's the second leading coin, and where everyone else, those who have Bitcoin, also may have Ethereum. It's like the second coin of choice. Why don't you go there? And I'm only pointing out that for those people who are looking for a coin that is like Bitcoin used to be in its birthing days and its original startup days, so that when that coin does start having momentum, even get up to $1 or get up to $5, whatever, you can make money and become a millionaire. Then you have to get a coin that's dirt cheap right now. Okay, but again, you got to you're looking at 7-10 years easy of waiting time for that. So you have to understand that. But for that consideration, again, I've heard negative things about Tron, but Tron is at 3 cents a coin. Again, how many coins could you get for your $20? So you have to understand that you're getting these coins at $30. you know, you have to do your math. You get these coins. Let me do that for you here. Let me get the calculator up and running here. Okay, so you get the coin cost, the Tron coin costs 3 cents each one. Now, okay, so you're investing $20, okay? All right, so let us erase that, and let's put the $20, and we're going to divide that by 3 cents, because each one, that's how much of the Tron you can get. Oh my goodness, what a number. We don't like that number, right? So what you do is round it off. The 7 brings it up. You just round it off so that it becomes not 666. But in any case, some of you say, oh, that's the mark of the beast. All right, don't start up the cryptocurrency, what do you call that, conspiracies now. All right, but in any case, you'll have 667 Tron coins. Okay, now when those coins, now you had $20, right? And you'll have 667. So when those coins get up to you know, just like what, $1, you know, like it could hit $1, which will be like just 3 times, well, I'm sorry, no, 30 times its value, 30 times. Okay, so then you're looking, from your $20 you made $667. Okay, so that's the type of thing you're looking for. Now when it starts going up to like $1,000 each one, which is incredibly like impossible or improbable that people would say, but all you need is for Tron to actually do something that people start really looking at it differently, and you can realistically see a $1,000 Tron. Again, I'm not promoting any investment at all. I'm just showing you what numbers do and why these coins do what they do. So $1,000 Tron would mean that you would have, from your $20 investment, made now $666,000, 67,000, right? To stay away from the 666, $667,000 from your $20. Now, if you had put $40, the Tron goes up to 1,000. You made yourself $1 million. See, that is what happens. That's how this happens. Again, I'm not promoting Tron at all. It was just the cheapest one that came up on the list right now at that second. And that's all. We just used it as an example. Tron has a lot of bad things, bad commentaries about it, about its founder and this and that. I'm not talking about it. I'm not saying it's good or bad. Basically, any coin you invest in, that you put money in, that's not Bitcoin, really has to prove itself as a secondary coin. There's an argument in terms of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is speculation. So Bitcoin, no other coin is going to be speculative. Forget about it. I've done videos on this before. Bitcoin has the right to be speculative, but all the other coins don't. The other coins have to have value. They have to have function. They have to have a place. If you can see for your own self that this coin has a place in the world 20 years from today, okay, then that may be some place to put your money in. But you have to understand, it's 20 years down the road. There ain't nothing going to be happening short term. Okay, you just have to see 20 years down the road. Okay, and there are some what you call that, exceptions to that. Okay, I'll give you a little clue. Certain type of exceptions, which would be like gaming. if the coin is part of a game or does something for the gaming world, you have a good chance that that coin will be quicker in establishing itself. The problem here, though, is that the games themselves may not do it for it. So that's the trade-off. The game coin has its potential, however, the game may not. So, games are funny. Games can take off for a little bit and then drop out. And then what happens to the coin? Same thing with platforms. Coins based on a platform. Platform can be up, and anyone can prop up a platform. You have to be careful with that. Anyone can make a website look busy. Anyone can make a platform look busy, and then here's the coin. You got to get the coin because that platform's going to be the blast. It's very easy to say that, very easy to think that, imagine that, and then it all falls apart. Something happens. So it's very high risk. That's why it's very risky. Otherwise, you're in for the long haul. There are coins like Digibyte. I'm going to mention Digibyte. Probably Zilliqa, probably. I have to do a little more research on Zilliqa of late. I haven't seen them of late, but I know there's something going on with Zilliqa. But Digibyte, for example, Digibyte has increased its value. It started out very, very cheap, very low. And it had a great little spike, and it's pretty much settled down back into its little spike, its own little spike. But you have to realize that if you had gotten in early on Digibyte, when it was dirt cheap, you are making money. Right now, you are looking good. Those of you who are getting into it right now, again, long term, you have to hold Digibyte in and of itself. Digibyte has a lot of potential. It has promise, but that's all it has. It's potentially something grand if somebody does something grand with it. Because the problem with Digibyte is that it's open and it's just waiting for development. It's waiting for people with a brain to come in and really make something with the Digibyte coin and the community. It has a great community. The thing is that it doesn't have a set function or set utility. It is very useful though. So, but that may be its greatest fortune. Again, Bitcoin is the speculation. If there was no Bitcoin, Digibyte would probably be Bitcoin. It is actually better than Bitcoin in terms of its functioning. It is a better coin than Bitcoin is. But Bitcoin has the speculation. So again, that can't be, there's no way to compete against Bitcoin in terms of that, on that basis. But Digibyte has a lot of muscle. What it is that it's not known, and a lot of development needs to occur. I'm doing development on it, but again, I'm a small guy. My development is just development. I'm developing, but if someone has a lot of development experience and they have a great vision, they can use Digibyte to great effect. And that would really set Digibyte really skyrocketed. That's all that needs to happen. So basically with Digibyte, it's a waiting game. It's a waiting game till either I make it big I have two games you're going to use Digibyte. One is totally Digibyte centered. The other one is using Digibyte, but but I'm developing the games, But if someone comes in that's a developed entity already, and takes on that digibyte and you really makes it do all it can do. Ooh, that digibyte, I'm gonna tell you that is gonna go boom. That's gonna go boom. So again, but I'm not telling you to get digibyte. I'm just making you an example, giving you an example of a coin and the characteristics of the coin, which you need to go look at, that has great potential. Okay, for people who miss Bitcoin, you miss Bitcoin. That's it. That's the story. That's what we're dealing with. You miss Bitcoin. What do I do now? Well, the thing is, I would tell you is forget Bitcoin because you missed it. And the only time you need to think about Bitcoin, though, I tell you again, because I do expect, I still expect Bitcoin to crash. I'm gonna say it again. I expect Bitcoin to crash, and I'm hoping it does, for the sake of a whole mess of you out there, because that's the time to get it. If that sucker goes back down, listen, it goes back down to 3,000. If it goes back even to 5,000, it just goes down that neighborhood, comes below 10,000, and goes low, as low as you want to wait for it, feel that it's going to go down, then you can do that, knowing that in a relatively shorter period of time than other cryptos, you may see 5 times your money back. I mean, it's very realistic that it should go up to the 50,000 within the next year, and within the next 3 years, absolutely, and within the next 3 to 7 years to even try to approach to the 100,000 is it's possible. So yeah, to put some money into that and get at least 5 times, that's something. Again, I would personally, I'm doing real estate, and real estate for me will make me 6 figures in 12 months. I can take a small amount of money and in 12 months make 6 figures from it, period. That's better than any Bitcoin, any stock market, anything else like that. Okay, and those types of deals you can find in my programs. When I'm broadcasting the real estate stuff, you need to listen to it and take action. That's really your best option. Low money, input, high returns, short amount of time. And that's that. But if you want to do crypto, then you have to be either willing to long term it, know the differences between cryptos, know what the potentials are, and really, and to finalize this broadcast and also the this segment on crypto, the best way to make crypto pay you is to add value to it. Simply, I mean, that's what's left. The second life of crypto is value add, okay, which means that it's not the crypto itself, it's what you do with it. And you need to start, you guys want to think of what the big money is going to be next, is what you do with the crypto. It's not just the crypto itself. Right now we're still in the first generation, for example. The first generation is the crypto itself. This one's speculative, that one's technical, that one has this utility, that one has that utility, blah blah blah. The second generation is actually the usage is going to add the value to the crypto, and that's where the power is going to be, and that's where your money is going to be. Not in that sense, it won't be the price of the crypto doesn't matter. It's almost like XRP. The price of it doesn't matter. It's the utility of it that gives the value to you. So that's what you need to be thinking about. That's where I'm at already. I'm not looking at crypto in terms of its value increase. I'm adding value. Okay, and that's the difference. So either way, I make money. I'm making money. I'm not waiting for the crypto to make money for me. I'm making money with the crypto. So that's the different. The second generation is the other way to make money with crypto. It's faster. You make more money like that in the short term than in the long term. And you can always have crypto stored up for the long term. If you believe in the coin and you have it for long term, it'll make money eventually. You know, I'm just saying, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. You could have been making a lot of money, putting that money to work for you, or at least, you know, adding value to the crypto and making money from that. So these are the things that I talk about. If you like what you heard, if you like the idea that I have of adding value to crypto, then obviously subscribe and share and follow. Because I don't talk a lot about crypto all the time, but I do plan to have shows on my YouTube. I plan to keep doing some shows as we go along. Obviously, as I develop my D-App business network and also the games. So you'll be hearing more and more about that. But again, I'm speaking to a specific philosophy in handling crypto after Bitcoin. Bitcoin is crypto after Bitcoin, meaning you missed it. So Bitcoin's gone. It's going to go gone until it will crash, and you'll have one more chance to get into it. After that, you're really going to have to start looking at different alternatives and not just depending on the crypto values to take you for the ride. You really need to add value to it. And if you like that, then follow me and make sure that you pay attention when I'm talking, because like now I didn't announce anything about Bitcoin on the title, but yet here I am talking, you know, a bit about it. So you want to follow me, you want to listen in, you want to go through my videos, you know, see if he talks about Bitcoin here and there. I'll try to make notes of it, you know, every once in a while, make a note of where I do talk about the Bitcoin. You can go to YouTube, MYCBH Network, Global MYCBH Network, and I have a video series on crypto, early ones that I did, but I do speak about my prognostication on Bitcoin, and you'll hear why I say there should be another dip that I'm expecting. I don't think the previous dip I did expect, I did talk about that, but I'm expecting another one, just one more. I'm expecting. It may not be, maybe that was the last one that happened, was it, but I'm just feeling that there's still one more big dip. Everybody goes, oh, Bitcoin is done now. They're going to say that, and then it's going to go. You heard it here today. Okay, take care, and until next time. Oh, I had to give updates. We're changing the schedule, but I'm going to save that for later. We're changing into every 2 hour or 1 hour change of topic instead of the day-to-day different topic. We're going to change it every hour or every 2 hours or whenever I get back in. That's what's going to be different. So today I'll probably try to do that, and we'll see how that goes. So tune in all day long as we will change topics. I will stop the broadcast, start another topic for an hour or two, and then stop it and another one. That's how we're going to go, or try to do this from now on. So take care, thanks for watching, and enjoy the day's show. I will be back on in a few minutes.